back. We're back. What's up, everybody? We're getting situated here. We're just like a light hangout here. What do we gotta? Yeah, we're testing the Labatt sign. We got a dimmer on the Labatt sign now. We gotta get this thing properly calibrated. It still might be a little bright. It's way brighter on the screen than it appeared. Hang on, people. We got time here. We got time. We got like an hour to talk about the game. Like we got Crunch Weekly's on the radio. I think I've hit all the right buttons, so we haven't screwed up the radio or screwed up our stream here. We gotta work this dimmer. Hang on, I gotta roll back here. We're gonna dim. Mike's coming to dim. All right, so we got a tag team here. We're gonna dim it. If you'd like to call in, we can make the phones work during the show. 315-437-7644. Yeah, we got Mike's working the dimmer. We're working the dimmer. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe try a little. Oh, too much. Well, I guess we can't go anymore. Turns off. Too much. We got a little. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. We're vibing. Now we're because before we turned it on, it didn't have any dimming ability. It was great. It was too bright. Labatt here joining us on Labatt USA CUSE Game Day. But now we can, yeah, man, it's wild. Even with this, how much brighter it looks on the screen than it looks in person. But we vibing. We vibing with Labatt. All right, so what's up, chat? So here's what we got. We got an hour. You know, we're CUSE Sports Talk exclusive, commercial free, brought to you by Labatt USA here in our pregame coverage today. Vibing with our Labatt sign. We're going to hang out in the chat. We'll play a little red from after last game. We'll talk about whatever you want. If you want to give a call in at 315-437-7644, we can. But yeah, we're not really, we're not tied to anything. We'll do what you guys want here during our time together in the pregame show today. When we're rocking a CUSE Sports Talk exclusive situation, we do what we want. Yeah, questions from the chat. T takes, am I doing postgame? I am not doing postgame. Tim Leonard is on a postgame tonight. Tim Leonard, some postgame tonight. Oh yeah, we're making the NIL money, Kev. We got the $8 dimmer switch. Should I brighten it back up slightly? Is it too dim? We're liking it now. We're gonna leave it there for now. We'll figure it out. How will CUSE play against Texas, Frank? Therein lies the question. What? L.A. Orange says looks correct. Kev likes it. All right, we'll crowdsource it. We're vibing. It's dark enough out. I usually only go Labatt sign for post games, but it's pitch black outside, so we can pop it on. It's 5 o'clock somewhere an hour ago. It's 5 o'clock in the Central Time Zone now. We can have the Labatt sign on. How will Syracuse play tonight? That's the bajillion-dollar question. Because, well, I don't think winning or losing tonight's game is like a season maker or a breaker necessarily. But like there is the possibility that Syracuse goes out and gets just smoked tonight. Just absolutely smoked tonight. That would be bad. If Syracuse goes out and just gets absolutely smoked tonight, that would be disconcerting. Because Texas, I think, is good. Texas, I mean, right now, they're a fringe top 25 team. They were preseason top 25 running the edge. They lost early to Ohio State. They're probably a tournament team. Like, they're good. They're not Duke. They're not Carolina. They're not, Team Syracuse isn't playing. They're not UConn. They're not Gonzaga. They're not some of the real world beaters. They're not, I don't think, Tennessee, who Syracuse is playing in a week and a half. That game's going to be hard. My goodness. Like, if Syracuse goes out and gets smoked tonight, that's a problem. Syracuse wins tonight, that's great. Because, and I get Youngstown State. What we saw in the second half and overtime of Youngstown State, and I get it was Youngstown State. That was the first time this year we saw something that looked like what I think it's going to need to look like for this team. Like J.J. Starling attacking, Eddie Lampkin moving the ball around. We saw Donnie Freeman at least doing some stuff, being physical inside, getting rebounds, being productive in that way. We saw Choppa Moore providing some energy off the bench. We saw some encouraging stuff for the first time, but it was Youngstown State. Is that going to apply to Texas tonight? Like, You did it against Youngstown State. Can you do the same thing against higher competition? Like, I look at JJ. I don't know what you guys think. Like, I look at JJ. JJ Starling is a McDonald's All-American. JJ Starling is a great basketball player. JJ Starling has not been a takeover guy yet in college until the second half last week. Can he be a takeover guy against Texas? I don't know. Like, if he can be a takeover guy against Texas, I'm not saying he's got to be, oh my God, he's clearly the best player on the court. It's more like an attitude. Is he going to the rim? Is he getting there? Is he finishing through contact? Is he getting to the line? Is it stuff like that? Like, if he's doing stuff like that, now you got a little something. Now you got a little something. Let's dial up a little red from post game last game. So it went double overtime last game. Syracuse beat Youngstown State 104-95. Trailed a significant chunk of the game. In fact, I'm looking at the box score now. It's a 50-minute game. Syracuse trailed for more than 30 minutes of it. Game was tied for almost 9, and Syracuse led for less than 11 minutes. Won the game. It was only 40 minutes against Colgate. Similar numbers. Like, the Orange were down the whole game. The Orange were down the whole game against Lemoyne. They've barely led this season, but they are 3-0. All right, what do we got from Red? Talk about JJ. Here's a little red on the guy who went out with a career-high 38 last time out.
That's the J.J. Starling that we know. He's the guy for us. He's important for us, and he was big time. What a game for him. And he played 50 minutes, man, and he just kept battling. So I was very proud and excited for him to be able to be a part of this. And again, lean on him. That's why he's here. He's a guy that we lean on and we need him.
And that's why he is here, indeed. And I think he could have done that role from the two-guard spot. I think the role of attacking and scoring, you can do that from the two-guard spot. What we've seen from Jaquan Carlos so far, what we've seen from Shepard Moore, we've seen from other guys, I think you're going to want JJ at the point guard more and more and more as the season goes along. I think realistically, all right, Carlos is starting. He can keep starting or not. Doesn't really matter. I'm more concerned about minute distribution than who's on the court at the beginning. Right now, you've got 80 guard minutes. You got 80 guard minutes. Let's peel off 35 of them for JJ. It might actually end up being more, but let's peel off 35 a game for JJ. All right. Now we got 45 guard minutes to play with. Is it going to be 3 guards? Is it going to be 4 guards? Will Chance Westry ever play or not? Supposedly he's available again tonight. I'll believe it when I see it. So how are you going to distribute the other 45 minutes of guard? All right, say you got Jaquan Carlos. He has not quite shown himself yet, other than when he's had a chance to pick up defense full court, he's given you a little something. Maybe that's his role. Full court defender, ball distributor. Maybe it's 20 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game, not 30 minutes a game. All right, let's give him 15, 20 to go with 35. Now you're up to 55. You got 25 minutes left. Does it all go to Chopper Moore? How much does Lucas Taylor get involved? And then the only thing that could change the equation going forward is, all right, does Chance Westry ever arrive? Is he in the guard minute rotation? How does it all go? But what I've seen from Chopper Moore so far, it's only 3 games. Yeah, he's got a lot to work on. Yeah, he's a freshman. Yeah, his defense leaves a bit to be desired, as does almost everybody else on Syracuse right now. But the energy he's bringing, the enthusiasm and effort he's bringing that maybe is not being brought consistently by others right now, that can be contagious. And you need somebody to start the contagion. I think you got to start giving Chapa 20-plus minutes a game here. And then, with JJ's 35, and then figure it out around there. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And, JJ is a point guard. You're running a different kind of offense. Is he a pure point guard? No, but he's a point guard. Plus, you have Eddie Lampkin, who's a point center. Like, you'd have plenty of ball movement types out on the floor without necessarily having to have a quote-unquote pure point guard like Jaquan Carlos out there. So I think that's going to be fascinating to see how it continues to evolve as the season goes along. That said, as mentioned, the team trailed for most of the game, and they still won.
We could have easily folded in this game, and we didn't, both times. I think the composure of this team, as you all could tell, in these first 3 games is, they're pretty unshakable, man. Again, do we have to get better in a lot of things? We do, man. But, I'm just going to, again, congratulate my team and try to, get ready for the, what's ahead to continue to get better.
All right, so there we are. And a clearly, if they'd lost one of these games or the others, we'd be singing a different tune. But facts. 3-0. Facts. Can't argue with the facts. Just the facts, man. Here's a little bit more of Red on what JJ did and how it changed the offense as the game went along last game.
Some of the stuff that we were trying to run, that side-to-side stuff, they did a good job of making it hard. And, we wanted to kind of keep the ball in the middle of the court. And again, JJ's tough. He's tough to guard going downhill. He started making us pull up. So, again, we had to make an adjustment there offensively. Again, stop running that stuff and just kind of get the ball in the middle of the court and let JJ go to work. And, when players have that look, as a coach, it. So, again, I thought he delivered. I thought he was, huge.
Yeah, and I think we talk about what is the identity of this team? What can the identity of this team be or become? I think a significant portion of the offensive identity of this team that makes the most sense in my head is one that revolves around an attacking guard in J.J. Starling. You had that last year in Judah. J.J. got to do it sometimes, but not a lot. And obviously he and Judah do it differently, but you can't both be slashing into literally the same place on the court all the time. J.J. needs to Judah it up a little bit, for lack of a better term this year. He did it last game, and it worked. Again, Youngstown State, Texas. Can it work again against Texas? Is he going to score 38 tonight? No, but I don't see any reason he can't have a good game playing something resembling that style. So that's one part of the offense. I think another part of the identity of the offense is what Eddie Lampkin is doing in distributing the basketball right now.
It's a big reason why we're still scoring right now because of Eddie, getting some offensive glass, and when they double, getting, one or two dump offs, so he's generating some easy points. Even, he's a big guy, even on those handoffs, allow JJ to kind of get downhill, or even if it's Chris. So again, he's generating a lot of offense for us when our offense is not playing well right now. So he's the reason why we're still scoring 80 and 100 points and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a very different way. Like, you go back to the years in, the last 15, 20 years, the years Syracuse did have high-scoring offenses, like Johnny Flynn vintage, stuff like that. It was a very different way they're doing it. I mean, literally flying up and down the court. This team it's not like a fast break, up and down, ball flying around. But no, the ball, when Lampkin is playing that way, and we all know that he's got, the other end of the floor is not his friend. But when Lampkin is playing that way, the Orange play, it's a different style of ball now. It's got to be one that's hard to prepare for because there's not many centers doing that. It makes it kind of interesting. I don't know. Again, no, I'd love to know, from like how many points Lampkin's giving up at the other end. I don't want to know like his actual plus minus, but literally his plus and his minus individually have got to be. They might be both the highest on the team. The way he's playing right now, it's something, and it's part of, I guess, what the plan is this year.
Donnie is good down there. Jair is good down there. We knew coming into the season, if you had to compare, last year's team to this year's team, I thought last year's team, obviously, we were very perimeter-oriented. When we went to the portal, we wanted to have that balance. And again, so our front court, we knew was probably going to be a strength of ours this year, from passing, from rebounding, scoring around the basket. So we got that now. We just got to, get our perimeter guys going and making some shots. But again, it all starts on the defense and then being able to push out and run.
Okay, so there we are, and it's just a different style of Syracuse basketball team than we've seen for a while, built with a lot of that inside stuff. I think Jair Davis tonight. You look at Texas; they got a lot of veteran, tough bigs like Arthur Kaluma for them. Is he 78 years old? How long has this dude been in college? Wasn't he at Creighton in like 1946? What is he still doing in college? Like, well, Syracuse has a Jair Davis. This is when you need a banger. You need somebody to grind with him on the inside. That I think could be interesting tonight. All right, what else do we got from Red in the last game? You mentioned Donnie Freeman. I'm digging, stats are one thing, vibes. Elijah Moore is leading this team in vibes right now. Choppa Moore, big vibes guy. Here is Red on his two freshmen.
Donnie was phenomenal. Again, is he going to make some mistakes? Yeah, mistakes happen in the game, but I just thought he was big time. He rebounded, he switched. I mean, some of the drives that they scored on late, I thought he did a good job of kind of contesting. They made some tough shots, but that was big time. He got a big time offensive putback. Donnie is as talented as any freshman that we've had here in a while, and again, he's going to continually get better with this team. And I thought, Elijah came in, and, he's never scared. I thought he jumped right in. We called him in at the end, and he jumps right in. then pops right in and gets right into it and makes a big free throw at the end. And, defensively, he's gotten a little bit better as well. So again, getting better, but I was proud of those two guys. Our freshmen, they are not scared at all. They come in and they bring it. So I'm looking forward for them to continue to progress that way.
And I think you talk about, okay, what are the ways this team can potentially get better during the year? One of the avenues is those two freshmen continually growing up. Donnie Freeman's the number 6 recruit in the country per ESPN. Top 20 no matter where you look. Top 10, he's definitely top 15 no matter what you do. He's very, very highly regarded. Very highly regarded. Texas has the number 5 recruit in the country, Trey Johnson. He's averaging 24 points a game right now. So some come guns a-blazing from day one. Donnie's not been bad. I mean, he's got 2 double-doubles in 3 games, but you can see there's a ton of room to grow. Like, where's he going to be in December, January, February? Can it click to a level for Donnie while there's still time for it to affect this season in a positive way? That's a question, and I think Chapa's going to keep playing more and more. Can he shoot to the level? Can he provide energy to the level that's going to affect things in a positive way? Freshmen growing throughout the year, and are there enough veterans around them to keep it afloat while these guys grow into bigger roles? I think it's one of the major questions that we're going to see and deal with this season. Those are major questions. They are not the biggest question. We all know what the biggest question is.
Obviously, the biggest thing, we would like to be a better defensive team right now and hold teams to, not as many points. I think that's the biggest thing. Offensively, we're still not shooting the ball well. But again, I thought today we made a couple adjustments, and it just, when you got good players and when your guys are going, you got to make it simple sometimes. And I thought that's what we did. But obviously the defense is a concern, and we got to get better at it. It's just something that we got to get better at, and we'll keep working.
All right, so realistically, we can talk about whatever we want. We can talk about all those other things. And until Syracuse starts playing anything at all resembling defense, none of it's going to matter in the long run. Like, this doesn't need to be a great defensive team. I don't think they're capable of being a great defensive team. But until they provide anything resembling some consistency on that end of the floor, then there's going to be major, major questions hanging over this season. All right, a little red from last game. What do we got, chat? What are we doing? We're hanging in the chat today, man. This is a CUSE Sports Talk commercial-free exclusive presentation. Doesn't that sound fancy when we put it that way? Man, I like the vibes of that. Yeah, Dad. I mean, JJ had big games against big teams. I think the question here with JJ is, can he do that? Like, is he willing to be that guy every game? Not that he's got to go 38 or be the leading scorer every game, but, Judah, like, that's the difference. Judah was willing to be that guy every game. Even games when he shouldn't have been that guy, he was like, I'm going to be that guy. Is JJ willing to be that guy every game? I think that's important. If he's willing to be that guy every game, that's the thing. That's the thing. And yeah, consecutive stops. Or screw consecutive stops. A stop. One stop. I don't think Donnie's been a dud, Poppy. He's got 2 double-doubles in 3 games. That's not a dud. Like, Benny Williams' freshman season was a dud. Donnie's already been better than Benny Williams' freshman season in 3 games. But, I mean, has he been a top 10 recruit? Not yet. That's the question. Like, can he become that sometime this year? I don't know. I think it's a huge question. Dan, I think that was what Red wanted before the year. And I agree with you. I think that's what he wanted before the year. What we've seen through 3 games, I don't know if that's what they're getting. Bell's not been consistent enough. Like, in theory, who are those guys going to be? If you're getting a bunch of guys going 11 to 14, it's Starling, it's Lampkin, it's Bell, it's Jair Davis off the bench. Am I missing somebody? And toss in Freeman. Like, that would be ideal. It's just not shaking out that way so far. Oh, yeah. No, I've heard Alan said that he was on Orange Nation a couple weeks ago. He said that on the air here. Like, I believe that's what they wanted. I just think what we've seen so far, it's just not playing out that way. And that JJ seems to be the guy best suited, that if they have to adjust away from that, to be where you adjusted to. That's true, Christian. What I liked from Donnie last game, second half, is, hey, he got his butt near the rim. He's a big dude. He got his butt near the rim, and he got rebounds and scored near the rim. Good. Like, the other stuff is the stuff that takes time to come. Right now, he's a big, athletic dude. Until the other stuff comes, be a big, athletic dude. Yeah, that's the thing I'm saying. Like, Dan, he just can't have those games where he's not a threat. Last year, he had games where he wasn't a threat. Like, he doesn't need to be, 25 a game, 20 a game guy, but the other team needs to think that he is that all the time. You're absolutely right. But even that is still a change of attitude from last year. He's got to be the threat to be that guy. What do we got going on? What else should we do hanging out? What else do we do? We do have to appease our sponsors here. Should we remember the past? We did this a little bit earlier. Where did I put the right tab? Where are things? Oh my goodness, what's going on? Here's the right tab. Should we do a little this day in SU basketball history, even though it's not this day? I never like tying this day in the history to the actual day. That's no fun. But it's brought to you by Shep Family Funeral Home. Celebrate your loved one with help from Shep Family Funeral Home. Visit shepfamily.com. I like to look back at the series history and the stuff. One meeting before. It's one of my favorite games. CUSE beats Texas 95-84. Some guy named Mello. Have we ever heard of this? Carmelo Anthony. They could do that. Choose too. They could. I'm going over CBW. Though, I'd stay away from that. That Final Four game in 2003 was fantastic. I think, does anyone disagree? I mean, there's plenty of other options. I think that was Melo's best game, considering the stakes, considering everything. I think that was Melo's best game. Yeah, Chris Bell is not a par golfer. He's a bogey birdie golfer. He's an eagle double bogey golfer. I think that was Melo's best game. 33 points, 14 rebounds. I think that was the best game. Back injury. I think that was the best game he played in Syracuse. And I know what that means, considering all the other games. He didn't really have bad games. He was not. I think he was just so good that game. And then in the title game, man, his back was messed up, and he still did what? He did 20 points. He couldn't quite move right. He had 7 assists. He was fantastic in a different way in the title game. He was so good in that game. But the hack dunk. Oh, Royale Ivy. Yeah, his back was messed up for Texas, but he got loose and stayed. It felt like it must have stayed tight more in the title game. Is that the game he got hurt in, Dan? I forgot. Was it the Oklahoma game? Man, they cried. Oklahoma forgot to install a zone offense. That was convenient. They were so bad against the zone. They were so bad against the zone. Plus, the arena was 97% Syracuse fans in Albany. That was nice. What was Oklahoma doing in the game? They're like, they're playing zone. I'm like, no crap, they're playing zone. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Gooch CUSE 3. Is that how am I supposed to say your name? Yeah, I wouldn't mind. We have not seen that lineup, I don't think. I wouldn't mind taking it for a spin. I think there could be something to it. It might be you'd be in trouble guarding a team that could drive at that point, like quick guys. But I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, that's the question. If Bell can guard the twos, I don't know. Or in that scenario, is Davis guarding the threes? Against a quicker team, that's the problem. But I think there's ways that could play to your advantage. I mean, Bell's doing enough off the dribble now, where I could see that being a thing that could work. Did we see that at any point? I know Red played a ton of lineups in the exhibitions. I don't remember ever seeing that. I wouldn't want Bell to be the 2 for a large portion of the game. He's certainly not a driving 2, but yeah, there's a way that could work. Wouldn't mind kicking the tires for it. Kicking the tires on it. And then, Chance Westry. Yeah, we wouldn't be as mad about his lack of rebounding at the 2. That would be a very big Orange lineup. I mean, you'd be going, what's JJ, 6'4"? You'd be going like 6'4", 6'7", 6'7", 6'10", 6'11", 6'11". That'd be a big lineup. Yeah, if that group was on the floor and that happened, Dan, that would be a problem. Like if that would be because you don't have any other ball handlers out there. That would be a problem. That would be a real problem. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing where then you take your Jake Juan Carlos, whoever, and just harass the heck out of Starling until Red puts another guard back on the floor. Yeah, that's the that's one of those lineups. Again, it's the Chris Bell experience, right? It's why he's not a par golfer. It's why he's a birdie bogey guy. Like that would lead to the Eagles and the double bogeys real quick. Yeah, there's some issues with that. What are we feeling tonight? Like, does anybody think Syracuse is going to win the game? Like, it's hard to pick Syracuse to win the game. I just hope. I just hope, but it's at the same time, you're like, it's Syracuse basketball. Like, come on, man, show up for a game like this. Like, are you going to show up tonight? Like, are you going to prove they should be there? Yeah, Lampkin's, I don't think you need to take heat for that. Like Lampkin's the best passer on the team. He's certainly the most creative passer on the team. Yeah, maybe. The zone. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Is there any way Chance Westry plays tonight? I doubt it. Harding and Mazzotti injury report. John Rothstein tweeted earlier today, this morning, Syracuse's Chance Westry illness remains available for tonight's game against Texas in the Legends Classic. Per a school spokesman, has yet to play this year, transfer from Auburn, who DNP last season due to injury, but averaged 2.5 points per game. That's so weird. But averaged 2.5 points a game in 11 games in 2022-23. Usually after the but, it's something very different than the thing before the but. He didn't play last season, but the year before he averaged 2.5 points per game in limited action and was hurt. But I don't think anybody think Chance is playing tonight? I don't think Chance is playing tonight. I don't think Chance is playing tonight. Well, I'd say the way you can do it is like if Freeman is willing to then be a threat inside. Like you can't, like I wouldn't put him at the, like, you know what, I don't want to do 5 out around him at the free throw line, but flash him up there, get the ball in his hands, get the ball out of his hands. I think moving it through him there quickly can get some, it can force you to have movement. It can like force the offense into movement. I'm worried about this Texas freshman tonight. I have not watched Trey Johnson play, but he's 6'6". He's a stud recruit. He's playing like a stud recruit. He's shooting damn near 60% from the floor and from threes at like 58 and 59%. Yeah. I'm worried. Yeah, Mike's going to smoke him in one-on-one right after he's banging home field goals. Yeah, the ACC might not be great. Plarmer. Yeah, I'm not saying like you do it and he just hangs out. Like, don't do it like Jokic, where he's like got the ball and, you know, doing all his Jokic crap because he's not that good. But it's like, hey, flash up there, like get the ball, move it, and just use that as a way to like flip the floor in a different way than, you know, the standard way of doing it, of whipping it around the perimeter. Yeah, they do run horns at. Yeah, I mean, like you can run a horns action off that where you can like run a dribble handoff to him there in a horns action and like you get movement off that. Like there's ways to be creative of it. Like you bring him and Freeman up to the elbows, have JJ like rub off one of them. You can do some stuff with it. Like I think that's the one thing. Like Lampkin's not a good defender, but I think he's intuitive enough for that stuff on offense. We're just going full relaxed vibes. Kick the feet up here. Feet up pregame. We're going full relaxed vibes. But I think there's ways to incorporate it without it being your full-time offense. Yeah, I mean, he's good passing out of like the low post, the short corner. Like that crazy over-the-head pass he threw in one of the overtimes last game. I can see something like that. What else we got going on here in the pregame? Then we got the Texas Tech and the St. Joe's game after. That'll be interesting to keep an eye on, especially once we know whether Syracuse has won or lost, depending on how the game is. First one to 10. Syracuse plus 134, Texas minus 182. Yeah. I suppose that makes sense. Website crashed. Loading. Anyone hanging out on the YouTube? What's chilling on the YouTube? Waka Waka says, games like this, I wish we could recruit like UConn. I'd say any game, I wish they had players as good as UConn has had the last few years. Who needs just games like this? All the games, it would be nice to have players as good as that going forward. We're here at our Burdick Toyota, Burdick Ford pregame show. You can call. Phone lines are available, 315-437-7644 if you'd like to chat. But we're vibing in the chat right now on CUSE Sports Talk, on the Twitch, on the YouTube. Wherever you are, we're checking it out. I may be about to sneeze. That could be an electric part of this pregame experience. Potted it down. Silent sneeze. Ooh, that was a good one. Was Texas in Donnie's top 3? I don't know. Can we find it out? Where do I had recruiting tabs open here somewhere. Where do I have them? Where did I put them? Are they still open? Did I change them this? Wait, no, 247 tab. What do we got here? A 247 tab. 20. What do we got? Let's look at all of his. Let's see. What's August 1st, 2004, Donnie Freeman enrolls at Syracuse. November 9th, 2023, Donnie Freeman signs with Syracuse. May 11th, 2023, live on CUSE Sports Talk. Jordan and I were live watching it. Donnie Freeman commits to Syracuse. April 26th, Georgia Tech offers. January 25th, Donnie Freeman official visit to Alabama. November 29th, 2022, Kansas State offers. November 29th, 2022, Norfolk State offers. November 29th, Alabama offers. November 29th, Pittsburgh offers. This must have been an official day. November 29th, LSU offers. October 15th, 2022, Donnie Freeman official visit to Texas. September 16th, 2022, official visit to Iowa. August 16th, offer from Iowa. July 15th, offers from Marquette, Bryant, Texas, and Rutgers. Now we're way back to 2021. December 2021, offers from Georgetown, Maryland, Old Dominion, Syracuse, Xavier, Virginia Tech, and George Mason. So Texas was... Well, did Syracuse not even have an official visit? Where was the official visit? This is not listed here. He officially visited there. Yeah, Bama was the last place that he officially visited before committing to Syracuse. Is there a place here to click on his finalists? Let me view recruiting profile. I mean, Syracuse, Alabama, and Texas are the top 3 places he are listed here. He never actually officially visited Syracuse. He doesn't have one listed. Interesting. All right. There we are. We've learned a little something. But yeah, Texas looks like they got the best freshman, at least as far as who's playing well tonight. So there is that. There is that. What else is going on in the UConn? Donnie almost picked Texas. Waka Waka's confused I'm not a double sneezer. Yeah, you got to keep you on your toes. Sometimes you just need one good sneeze. One good sneeze will get you done. Anybody feel like I mean, if Syracuse wins tonight, this is a scenario we haven't really examined, right? Say Syracuse plays the same exact game we've watched them play. Defense, shaky, trailing most of the game, yada, yada, yada. Oh, the Orange won the game. Another 4-0. But now one of these exact same wins is against Texas. Man, that immediately starts changing the whole dialogue of what we've seen so far. Like, that would really change the dialogue if Syracuse wins tonight. Close win. Like, well, maybe they're good at winning random close games. I don't know. A close loss would be, I don't want to say the most likely scenario, but that's one where you're like, well, okay, but like a close loss wouldn't do anything for you great necessarily with the metrics or anything because you lost. It's better than getting blown out, but it's still a loss. You'd still, where's Paulie? You're behind Paulie's 8-ball, as we know. All those things. I don't know. Yeah, the moral victories are no fun. Yeah, winners get washed. Fran Brown's got no time for a close loss. No soap in Brooklyn. Coming out of it, I mean, to Pat's call, whenever that was an hour ago. Coming out of this 0-2, which is, if not likely, exceedingly possible. I mean, if you're power ranking the teams coming in, it's Texas Tech, Texas, and yeah, like Syracuse being ahead of St. Joe's. I know St. Joe's has lost a game since then. Like Syracuse being ahead of St. Joe's, if you were to power rank these four teams, is not a guarantee. Not a guarantee. Like it's like I think Syracuse would be favored if they play St. Joe's tomorrow, but I'm not totally convinced of it. Well, man, yeah, it's possible that you come out of here 0-2, and then that's not great. It's not great. Yeah, Paulie was locked in on that parking earlier, Kev. You got it? Yay. Good. You got to focus on getting a good spot, getting it between the lines. You got to focus up. Stuff's important. Lock in. Focus up. Get in the lot. Get in the spot. Good job, Paulie. Good job parking. People always give Paulie crap for the not flying everywhere, which is reasonable. He should be given crap for the not flying everywhere. What it has done is Paulie's actually a very good driver because he drives so much. You drive with Paulie, you actually feel like you're going to get where you're going in one piece. Thus is the irony of it all, I suppose. Yeah, like you got to get. Yeah, that's the thing, LA Orange. Like if you're looking at this game through that context, like I guess there's the two contexts. I'm looking at it tonight to like, okay, are they in big trouble? Are they in less trouble than we thought? Can they get out of trouble by winning the game? There's that context. And then there's the context of how does it affect net rankings and all that crap down the line. I think it's two not very different conversations, but they are two different conversations. Because there's one, like you can lose the game, which is a problem for that stuff. But if you look better, I can at least feel a little bit better about the games to come. But like, you've also lost the game, and it's a problem for later, regardless of. Is it newsworthy? I mean, that's a big game for them. Shows you they can at least play with somebody. I know Nova's not any good. I think they were parking. I believe at the time, Spetch and the Wheeze. I believe they were garage parking at the hotel. I think that's where they were at the time. I could be wrong of where they actually were. I think that's what they were doing at that moment. Because that was like 1:30? That would have been aggressively early to be parking at the arena? Though Matt's cell connection was good, what makes you wonder, were they in a garage? So there are questions. There are questions. So my guess is they were in the parking garage or adjacent to it at the hotel. Yeah, Pauly Shore is just still here. He hasn't left Pauly's office. He's now just in the chat a decade later or wherever from Pauly Shore story. There's another station around here. I think it might be a Utica country station that has a Polly, Polly. That's their morning. That she is their morning show host. But the way she says her name, it sounds like Polly. I always find that confusing. Another Polly, but it's not. She's Polly, not Pauly. Polly. These are the things that bother me every now and again when flipping around the dial. All right, what else we got for tonight? Like, what do we think? Like, what's got to happen to win this game tonight? Like, I'm worried about Texas's size, but I'd say the good news is Syracuse does have some size. I do wonder, like, Texas is not afraid to get near the rim. Lampkin and Freeman aren't afraid to at least get near the rim at the offensive side of the floor. Yeah, like maybe some of this is playing into Syracuse's way. That said, I am very concerned. Like, who's guarding this Trey Johnson dude? 6'6". Can we call him Paul? It just sounds so official, Dan. Paulie was typing in a document I had, like a Google Doc the other day, and typed Paul. I'm like, no. Paulie, right? Paulie. I turned down his Paul, Dan. I denied it. I would not allow him. I didn't even go back and change it later myself. I was standing right next to him at the time. I demanded that he had the IE. There was no time for that. Even though it really didn't matter at all. It's not a public document. It's just like, no, this is my document. You will write Paulie. It was very important yesterday. Well, they got a 6'11" guy. Kaluma's been, he can protect the, he's 6'7". He's a strong dude. He's been in college forever. I remember him at Creighton. He's a good player. Man, I just hope it's because we all have the same fear tonight, right? That Syracuse might get run. Just get run. God, there is a world they lose by 30 tonight. There is a world that the final score tonight is like Syracuse can't guard them at all, and it's like 95-65. Like, that world exists. And that, oh my goodness, that is a terrifying world for Syracuse basketball. Because Texas is good. They're not great. Like, you get smoked in this game, man, that's disconcerting. That is really disconcerting. That's that honestly and selfishly, LA Orange, that. Like that. Like, if this team's going to have issues, like, they need to, from a selfish talk show host perspective, like, they can't get boat raced early so the season falls apart and then the end of the season is just boring and gross. No. That is no good for anybody involved. Yeah, we need stakes. We need drama. We need something. Like, last year wasn't great, but at least, we were at least browsing the net rankings and concocting crap late in the year. There was at least some chance of half of something. Give me something. Give me something. Yeah, Bubble Watch. We need the Bubble Watch. Inject it into my veins. We need it. Bubble Watch, Portal Watch. I need all the watches. Like, just don't be... Yeah, you don't have to be great. Just at least be interesting. That's all we ask. Be interesting. Give us something. Like, come on. That's all we're asking. Like, Fran Brown, God bless him. Like, he can't program all 12 months by himself. He's trying. But that's too much to ask of anyone. Can't yell about women's basketball attendance for 300 days a year. It's too much. We need the Orange to give us our January and February and hopefully March drama. Oh, Fran, we will Portal Watch, CBW. I still have I got the Portal Watch button sitting here. We haven't clicked on it in a while. Portal will be opening at midnight, December 9th. And we will be vigilant on the watch. We will be vigilant. We are ready. What's that? That's 16 days from now? Am I mathing right? 17 days from now? Whatever it is. It's close. It is close. It happened last year, CBW. I don't need to imagine it. I lived it a year ago. I don't need to imagine it. It happened. We did it. We did it last year. Football was leading our shows like daily on like basketball game days. It was wild. It happened. You'd like there to at least be like a competition's good, but like it was like easily football day. Like every day in December last year we were talking football. It was all that recruiting. It was the portal. It was Fran. It was everything. Alphabet guy, you've been consistent on this all week that JJ's getting a triple-double today. You made me look it up. I've forgotten some of the numbers, but if JJ triple-doubles tonight, it would be both he has not ever double-doubled. He has never had a double-digit assist game. I believe his career high in assist is 7, and his career high in rebound is his 8, or the other way. And he's never had a double-digit rebound game. So that would go into that Youngstown State game would have launched him into takeover mode. I like these offers to buy us pizza if things happen where we have to do nothing in return. Yeah, great. Absolutely. Thank you. We may not get pizza out of it, but there's a chance. Now I got to root for a JJ triple-double. Anything where pizza the potential of random pizza showing up becomes in play. You're going to bring us Utica pizza? All right. Not scam Syracuse pizza? I mean, I've heard there's, I'll take free pizza. Free pizza's a win. Texas 100, Syracuse 57, JJ Starling, somehow a triple-double. Yay. Free pizza. Free pizza's always a win. That's a fact. Free pizza's always a win. Good hang we got going here. We're talking free pizza. We've brought up free pizzas come up. Waka Waka on the YouTube. Last year we lost all games like this by 20. Red has got to get the team better in these type of games. Yeah. It's the thing. It's twofold. Like, you want to win the game, but at the same time, like, it is important not to get cooked. You would like to win the game. Utica Pie in North Syracuse is legit. I've not been there, Kev. Yeah, it's got to be some really bad pizza, CBW, for free pizza to be bad. It would have to be some epically bad pizza to be like, yeah, I don't know about this. Like, it would almost have to be like somebody like dropped it on the ground, like face down in the parking lot. Bad. Sweetheart Corner? Where is it there? There's the Rite Aid. Where is it? Basil Leaf. Or is that closed now? I've heard of that place, Alphabet Guy. Like, that's the joint in Utica, right? Like, there's multiple joints, but like that's the place. I've not been. Man, I need to get in the NIL game of getting paid it. Better chance of a JJ triple-double or Mike making this 57-yarder. I think we're going to go with the triple-double. Better chance of the triple-double. Across by the Applebee's? All right. Maybe it's on that other corner. Okay. Not really liking the chance for any of them, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still vibing. We got our newly dimmed Labatt sign. Yes. Oh, it's in the plaza. Oh, okay. I see. Stefan will deliver the pizza. As long as he says hello. And we stop picking on him, Dan? Probably not. That doesn't seem to be how this works. Yeah, can Carlos give us something tonight, Waka Waka? There's the question. Like, I do wonder, it's twofold. Is there any way he just settles into it and just starts playing a little better? Or does he get transitioned into that role of like less minutes, higher intensity defense that we've talked about? Because you're just looking at the roster, like you need to get something out of him. Like if you're getting literally nothing out of him, you just don't have the pieces. Will the game start on time? Yes, it is the first game. It will start on time, Kev. The Texas Tech St. Joe's game is after it. So it will start on time. Yeah. Yes, starting on time is good for Tim. Oh, what is praise post-game and a win, or they complain a loss? I don't know. Well, that is up to Tim to deal with these things tonight, CBW. That is Tim's department tonight. Tim Leonard on post-game tonight. That'll be radio and here on Q Sports Talk with your calls and all the deal. All the good stuff. Tim will be post-game tonight and tomorrow. What did I do? I gave a score prediction, Alphabet Guy. Were you not with us for no wrong answers? What was my score prediction? Hang on. Can't be changing now. Hang on. Where did I put it? In no wrong answers, I have predicted. Just a moment. Texas 90, Syracuse 74. Hang for a while. Defense doesn't get stopped. Slides away at the end. That was my no wrong answers prediction today. I just don't know if they're going to stop this Trey Johnson kid. He's a freshman. He's a 6'6" guard who can shoot it, who can get to the rack. I don't know how they're going to guard this guy. I have no clue how they're going to guard this guy, who they're going to guard him with. I don't know what they're going to do with him. He looks like he is the real deal. But I've also haven't actually seen him play. So he statistically looks like he's the real deal. From what I read about, he is the real deal. I am concerned about him, but I've not really watched him play. I'll take that, P. Larmer. I'll watch the crap out of that game. Well, that's the thing. Like, Alphabet Guy, we've all seen enough Syracuse basketball games to know that it's Syracuse and weird things happen. Like, that's my main hesitation tonight. Like, I've seen Syracuse play like crap for 3 games and win all 3 games. And then come from out of nowhere and then win weird games like this and be perfectly fine for years and years and years and years. I've seen it so many times that they all blend together. So, like, could that happen again? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the Syracuse way. But, yeah, I'm concerned. But, yeah, it's Syracuse. Weird things happen. Like, that is 100% a thing. It is so a thing. Yeah, under Boeheim, it was a given, right? Like, oh, it's all going to, oh, wait a minute. And then it would do the other way, too. Like, man, they're cruising. Surprise, they lost to Boston College. We get surprised. We get surprised from both angles. Man, like a win tonight. You want to talk about a shot in the arm for the forget the team. Shot in the arm for all of us, for the fan base. If they won the game tonight, man, everyone's singing a different tune tomorrow. This team knows how to win. They just know how to win. Yeah. They're not a perfect team, but man, they know how to win. If only we could do it like that, CBW. It is more, we have gone through the schedule. It is more based on availability. Tim will be doing today and tomorrow. He will not be doing next Wednesday because he won't be back from Florida yet necessarily with the women's team. Because Tim's attendance at women's game is like mine was for years. Perfect. So actually we're not doing we're doing a public service announcement. There's one game this year we're not doing a full post-game show for. It's the Cornell game next Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. We'll get you red post-game and all that, but no full post-game show. Every other game this year, though, we've got it for you. I have the Tennessee post-game show And there's a schedule around here somewhere. It's mixed and matched throughout the year. Boobot can fire that 3 now, Alphabet guy. All right, we're up against it here. We've hung out for a while. We've hung out for like a good hour here. Good hang, everybody. All right. Enjoy the game. When the game is over, you know the drill. The game's about to happen. ESPN2 TV, TK99, ESPN 1200 to watch. You know to listen. You know the deal. Come back here after the game. Tim Leonard's got your post-game calls. The whole thing. The whole thing. So enjoy the game, everybody. Hopefully we'll all enjoy the game. Tim, after, I'm back with you tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then pregame, whatever time it is. So enjoy the game, everybody. Talk tomorrow.